everyone, and welcome to the representation of functions. I am Rachel May Arangcon and I am thrilled to have you here today. Before I start, I will show up here what are the objectives. The first one is define what is relation. The second one is what are the difference between domain and range. The third one is what is function and how to define a function. The last one is the illustration of functions. So let's start.
So, what is a relation? A relation is a set of ordered pairs. This is an example of relation. As we can see inside the parentheses, it includes the set of ordered pairs, which we call relation. And this time, what are the difference between domain and range inside the relation? Domain of a relation is a set of first coordinates, and the range is a set of second coordinates. And take note, domain also called as input, independent, and abscissa, while the range also called as output, ordinate, and dependent. So let's move forward to the function. What is function and how to define a function? So function is a relation in which each element of the domain corresponds to exactly one element of the range. Like for example, the domain of the relation is unique, right? Or the domain is not repeated to the other range. That's the rule of the function. Another example on how to identify the not function in a relation. Example, as we can see, the domain is repeated to the other range, so this is not a function. Remember, domain corresponds only in one element of the range.
So let's move forward and I will show up here what are the illustration of functions. The first one is a set of ordered pairs. If you can remember, the relation is the same this one, right? I mean that the set of ordered pairs is inside the braces. And the relation is whole, the braces, and the set of ordered pairs inside of it.
The second one is mapping or arrow diagram. This is an example of arrow diagram. As we can see, the letter I and R correspond to the same range. We call that as many to one, and that's okay as long as the domain is not repeated. We can call that as function. Another example, this is not a function. Why? It is because the letter Y and S, which is the domain, is repeated. We call that as one to many, so this is not a function. The last one is graphing. To check the graph, if it is a function, we need to use the vertical line test. It's used to determine if a graph represents a function if a vertical line is drawn to any parts of the graph and intersect only one point. Then, the inventor of the Cartesian plane, he is the great philosopher, it's René Descartes. Example, the left side. With the help of vertical line test, it is a function. As we can see, no vertical line will cross the graph more than once, so this graph is function. We call the graph function if the vertical line test intersect only one point. The right side is not a function, because there is a vertical line that crosses the graph more than once.
Summarizing everything that I discussed in this video, a relation is a set of ordered pairs, the domain is the first coordinate, and the range is the second coordinate. A function is a relation in which each element of the domain corresponds exactly in one element of the range, and the illustration of function, which is a set of ordered pairs. The second one is a mapping or arrow diagram, and the last one is the graphing. And I hope this video will help you to have an idea on what are the differences between domain and range and how to identify a function. And that's all. Thank you for watching.